Hi, this is Patty and welcome back to another dashboard training tutorial. Today we're going to do something a little bit fun. We're going to create a pop quiz. So to do this, usually with a pop quiz, you have a question and you have an answer. So we need to make two slides, and those two slides need to have exactly the same background. So I'm in our dashboard right at the moment, and I have already created a background, which I'll show you in a minute. But to get the other slide, all I'm going to do is just click on the first one, click copy, and now I have two exact duplicates of the backgrounds that I want to use. So one is the question and one is the answer. So let's go into the first slide. And just to explain real briefly, all I did was take a bunch of rectangles and colored them this blue, and then these other rectangles, I gave them a color of light gray, but the transparency, you'll notice, is all the way up to 92, and that just gave it a nice light ghost-like figure, but it kind of gives that slide a little bit of a texture and a little bit more of a 3D feeling. So it's a nice backdrop to build for a college anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just get our title up on the page as Pop Quiz, and we'll start building our first slide. Okay, so we're just going to name it Pop Quiz, and I want to drop in a line underneath just to give it a little bit more emphasis. I'm going to increase that line and color it white, and we'll drop it right underneath the quiz. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is true and false, and I do have some true and false buttons that I would like to use, so we'll put these right underneath our title. And make sure that they're the same size. Now you can look on the bottom. You have our width and our height. 166 is our width and our height. And let's click on this one. We can make that one 166 as well. And they should get pretty true. Okay, then right in the middle of it, I would like to just put or false. So we'll bring this down here and just type or, make it a little larger, and position that right in between the two. Okay, so there's our true and false. Now I want to ask my question. And I'm going to get that question ready for you. Okay, so my question is, FAFSA stands for Fast and Furious Schools Association. I'm going to increase the size of our question, and I want to highlight and color our FAFSA red so it stands out, and give it bold. Okay. And then just kind of position it more in the middle here. Okay, so there's our question. Now, what you want to do is we're going to go into our app, and on the bottom of our apps, we have a page progression. So I'm going to click on that, and you have some choices here. You can use the horizontal bar, a vertical bar, or a pie. And I'm going to use a pie to act as our countdown because I'm going to give 10 seconds for somebody to figure out the answer to this. So we're going to color it white, and I'm going to decrease the size. Now, we're going to have this question answered in about 10 seconds. So we're just going to put a little bit of text above there just to say answer in 10 seconds. That way people know you don't have to stand there all day and wait for the answer. So and I'm going to also decrease the size of that. Let's put it at 45. And then just position that over. Okay, so there's our slide. I'm going to add a little bit of animation to it, so when this slide opens up, it'll have some movement. Okay, so I've added some animation to this first slide. Let's take a view. Pop quiz, our true or false, our question, and then our answer is going to start. Okay, looks great. Let's get on to the second slide. We're going to save this and go back to our dashboard. And then we're going to open up our next copy and edit that. And now we're going to fill in the answers. So I'm going to give it the title up here and start filling in the information for you. So hold on one second. Okay, so we have the answer is, and now we're going to pull in, obviously it's false. For any of us who have kids in college, you know the answer is false. And then line that up in the middle, and then we are going to put down what the answer is. So we know that FAFSA stands for Free Application for Student Federal Aid. So I'm going to get that typed up here. So hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight this, change this to red again, and then bold it and stretch that out and center. So there's our answer. I'm going to just put a little bit of animation on this as well. And we're going to actually show you what it looks like in a playlist so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so we added a little bit of animation and this is what it looks like. And we're going to save this now and go back. In a very short tutorial, we're going to be talking to you a little bit about the playlists and how they work. But I'm going to show you how this pop quiz works. Actually, I'm just going to take this slide and drag it into my playlist and drag the second one into my playlist as well. That's exactly how you load the slides up. It works just beautifully. And then I'm going to click on this button that says preview. And you're going to see this load up. And you'll see how our page progression works. And you notice it's counting down the 10 seconds. And then it moves on to the next slide. So it's just a very fun way just to create some interactivity with your display boards. Have fun using the page progression. And this is the end of this tutorial, but stay tuned for our next tutorial. We're going to be going through shared backgrounds and template backgrounds.